Hello everyone, my name is Alex Shoemate and this is my grammar presentation. I am doing mine on semicolons, so let's start off with what is a semicolon? A semicolon is probably the most misused punctuation in the English language. A semicolon is a punctuation mark that separates major sentence elements. Usually it is used between two closely related independent clauses. I have a couple rules to follow about semicolons. So let's start off with rule 1. A semicolon can replace a period if the writer wishes to narrow the gap between two closely linked sentences. Also, avoid a semicolon when a dependent clause comes before an independent clause. So here we have an example of the first part. Call me tomorrow. You can give me an answer then. Semicolon is linking two closely related sentences. Second part here is, although they tried, comma, they failed. Notice the comma. It is not appropriate to put a semicolon right here. A comma will suffice. Rule 2. Use a semicolon before such words and terms as namely, however, therefore, that is, for example, for instance, etc., when they introduce a complete sentence. It is also preferable to use a comma after these words and terms. An example of this is, bring any two items, however, sleeping bags and tents are in short supply. Notice the semicolon, however, and then a comma. That is the correct way to do that. Rule 3. Use a semicolon to separate units of series when one or more of the units contain commas. An example of this is the conference has people who come in from Columbia, Missouri, Springfield, Illinois, Iowa City, Iowa, as well as other places. Notice the commas and the semicolons. It would be really confusing to have a comma between each of these, so it's a lot better to put a semicolon. Rule 4. A semicolon may be used between independent clauses joined by a connector, such as and, but, or, nor, etc., when one or more commas appear in the first clause. An example of this is, when I finish here, and I will soon, I'll be glad to help you. And that is a promise I will keep. Notice all these commas up here, and then the semicolon connecting these two parts into one sentence. Rule 5. Do not capitalize ordinary words after a semicolon. This one's kind of self-explanatory, but here's an example. I am here, you are over there. The semicolon, the Y is not capitalized on the U, so that's my grammar presentation. Thanks, guys. Hope you have a good summer, and it's been great.